The pandemic did reveal how important your occupation is to society. And let's just say stand-up comedian, not essential. Not even central. They opened up strip clubs before they let us tell a joke. Stay over there, funny people. Ladies, welcome back. It did surprise me. There isn't a time in history when I think I would have been useful. Even in initial civilization, we need someone to gather water, someone to build housing. Jim, how could you help? I could make fun of those people. It's weird. I work in the entertainment industry, and I understand there's a commonly held belief that people that work in show business are narcissists that are grossly overpaid for unimportant jobs. But believe me, it's amazing. It is. Okay. I don't even know what type of massage I'm getting when I get a massage. They're like, do you want a deep tissue, a shiatsu, or a Swedish massage? I'm like, I'll take the blonde. I don't know. Because men view massages differently. A woman gets a massage, her friends are like, good for you. A guy gets a massage, you dirty dog. Because men sexualize all human interaction. It was a therapeutic massage. How therapeutic? Nothing happened. Yeah, that's what we'll tell your wife, huh? That's gotta be frustrating for massage therapists, that double meaning. Did you get a massage or a massage? No other occupation has to deal with that. Did you get a cavity filled or a cavity filled? How many dentistry references is he gonna have? For me, a massage is just an hour of awkwardness, right? She gets done, she leaves the room, I put on the robe, I step outside, she hands me a glass of water. I was looking at her and go, you're never gonna call me. What a charade. I did have one massage therapist, she told me they're allowed to turn people down. I don't know why she told me that. It was after a show. Can you imagine getting turned down by a massage therapist? That's rough. Yeah, you couldn't pay me to touch it. Not for all the money on the planet. In preparation for the funeral, we put makeup on the dead body. When did Grandpa start wearing eyeliner? There's special funeral makeup. You never see commercials for that makeup. Maybe that corpse is still alive. Or maybe it's a Maybelline. For when you want to look drop dead gorgeous. That's someone's job, to put makeup on a dead person's face. That couldn't have been the goal. Somehow the dream of, I want to work in fashion became, I'll put blush on the corpse. It is an art form. It's impressive. I'm surprised it's not a reality show. Pimp My Corpse. I have my own idea for a reality show. I think it's a winner. Let me pitch it to you. My show would open with two identical bodies lying next to each other. One of the bodies would be dead, the other cake. Right? The show's called Dead or Cake. And then a loved one would be given a cake knife. Susie loved her grandma, but how well did she know her? Will she cut on the delicious red velvet cake or her nana? Let's find out. Susie, you may cut the... Oh, Susie. This is usually the point when people ask, when's he going to do the food jokes? I thought he was going to... Dead or Cake is a food joke. But he was a great brain surgeon. We learn later on that he's like the best. I don't know how they determine the best brain surgeon. You know, maybe there's a competition. America's Got Tumors. Heidi Klum thought he was the best. The best brain surgeon. Isn't it enough that someone's a brain surgeon? None of us can even get in med school. A brain surgeon goes to medical school, afterwards specializes in neurology, after that specializes in surgery of the brain, and we're like, yeah, but are they any good? Yeah, they're a brain surgeon. You know what they do with the bad brain surgeons? They don't let them become brain surgeons. Can you imagine the pressure on a brain surgeon? At no point during their workday can they say, hey, it ain't brain surgery. Because it's always brain surgery. Every day. What'd you do at work, honey? Brain surgery. That's fine. You want some fruit? My wife she had an amazing team of doctors. She had the brain surgeon. She also had an ear, nose, and throat doctor. Ear, nose, and throat. That kind of sounds like they didn't make the cut for brain surgeon. I want to be a brain surgeon. You know what? Let's stick with the ears, nose, and throat. You'd be better with the things surrounding the brain. Can I have the eyes? You know what? Let's stick with the ears, nose, throat. We promised the eyes to the nerd at Lens Crafters. Why pick on optometrists? Those ear, nose, and throat doctors, they must look at dentists and think, just teeth? That's it? What about the tongue? Not the tongue, just the teeth. You just work on teeth, surgery on teeth? Oh, I don't do the surgery, that's the orthodontist. I mostly scrape stuff off of teeth while I listen to 80s music. I love Debbie Gibson. When you think about it, dentists, they don't do the surgery. They don't even clean the teeth. They're like, you guys do everything, and then I'll come in and jab them with a sharp object. Well, I listen to Debbie. I did figure out what type of doctor I would want to be, which is an anesthesiologist. Because just once, I'd like to walk in a room and go, hi, I'm Dr. Gaffigan. I'm going to give you some drugs so you can't talk or move. And one of these strangers is going to cut you open. Good luck. What draws someone to anesthesiology? It's like, I like medicine, but I really enjoy getting people high. If I can combine the two. I also prefer to sit during surgery. You ever see the anesthesiologist during surgery? They're always sitting there like, I don't even know why I have to be here. Yeah, they're still alive. Anyone got the Wi-Fi password? But I have a newfound respect for doctors, I do. Because when you think about it, unless we're sick, we listen to absolutely nothing doctors tell us. They're like, you should lose weight. Never gonna happen. What else you got? You should exercise. Does eating French fries count? Get out of my office. I don't even listen when I bring my kids to the doctor. The doctor's like, to avoid an infection. I'm like, my wife's like, what'd the doctor say? Don't pick the scab. I don't listen to nerds. In our balloon basket was our balloon pilot. That feels like a generous title. I'm not saying we should call them rope pullers, but if there was an emergency, is anyone a pilot here? I'm a pilot. Oh, thank God, we need someone to fly the plane. Well, I'm a balloon pilot. Don't worry, just show me where the rope is. Our balloon pilot was arguing with someone on a walkie-talkie, and I don't speak Spanish, but from what I pieced together, he was telling someone, don't make me do this, I don't want to die. I don't speak Spanish, so I just kept listening for the word problemo. Did he say problemo or poblano? Hopefully he's ordering a spicy lunch. Then this very official-looking woman came up and spoke the only English we heard all day. She looked right at me and she said, when you land, you bounce. And then she left.